What's up, y'all? I like the lighting. I hope it just set the ambiance, if that's the right word. But I hope it set the mood for what I'm about to talk about today. So I'm wondering if there's such thing as a good demon. And I haven't thought about this until I've seen my mother pass. Sound crazy, huh? But let me explain, right? I had this crazy dream of my mother. It was just me and my mother in a blank room. And she was guiding me through the stages of childhood, teenagehood, and adulthood. So like I went from breastfeeding to learning how to read, learning how to write, her teaching me about Martin Luther King and all that. Then teaching me how to fill out an application for my job and all that. So I've been through all those stages. And at the end of the dream, I got set into where I'm living at now. At the age that I am now. Sitting on the couch with my mother. And I told my mom, hey look, I thank you. Your job is now done. You can go home. So my mother was like, I don't want to go home. I want to stay here. And I told her, Mom, you don't belong here. You're in another realm, in a better realm. So you need to just go, and I'll see you one day. And she was just trying to avoid leaving. I don't know why, but at this moment, I stopped caring. I got irate to the point where I had to yell at my mother. So I told her, Mom, leave. You don't belong here anymore. So I saw her have this sad look in her eyes. And then she got up, took all her clothes off, and jumped out the window. So the moment she jumped out the window, of course I looked out the window basically, but what I seen was tragic. I've seen tragedy actually. I've seen fire. I've seen people getting attacked, stabbed, like harmed. And then I saw my mother, as soon as she dropped, a hand reached down to take her lower, where all the chaos was at. So now I'm wondering if she did pass away, and my dream actually has some reality to it. Is she in hell right now? Or is that just something in my imagination? But even if you look at how she carried herself as an adult, as how she carried herself when she was in the 3D realm, she wasn't no angel. I can tell you certain stuff that she's done. I'm not going to tell you the deep stuff that would be too controversial and all that. But I can tell you she set my son up, like my brother on fire. I didn't mean to say son. She set her son on fire. I'm sorry. She stole from my father. She beat up Santa Claus. And these are all just the funny stuff. But she's done some damaging things that I refuse to talk about. So I'm looking, if all this stuff is in her record, it would be damn near impossible for her to go to heaven. Unless something in her spirit been redeemed or like refreshed. And I can barely believe that because she's been going through depression her entire life. She's been holding grudges. She was a very, very, very depressed person. To a point where that just was her personality. And knowing what I know now, I wish I could have done something about it. Because she was a lovely person. She was a very, 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 very caring person. But she lost her mind. She lost her life because she didn't accept her passion. The reason why she didn't accept her passion is because her parents put them into trauma. Like her and her sister. So like she been going through trauma her entire life. Now I can bring up why too. Cause like 2 weeks before she passed away, 2 weeks before she passed away, she opened up to me and told me what her father's done to her and her sister. And that kind of threw me all the way off because she been hiding the stuff that she been going through. And personally, if she opened up, I'm pretty sure she could have healed herself a little bit. But she kept it in. She built up the anxiety. She didn't think nobody would listen to her. She didn't think anybody cared. So when she brought that up, like I left and I started tearing up. If I knew how savage her father was, I could have taught my mom that it was okay. I would have taught that. I would have told her that she didn't do anything wrong. But all the anxiety that she built up, all the depression that she built up, it started taking a toll on her health. It started taking a toll on her well-being. It started making her feel more animosity towards others, to a point where she was harming certain people too and all that. So it's gonna come to a point where she been through a bunch of stuff or whatever, and she held it in, and she lashed it out on the innocent. So I cannot say that she's an angel, but I can tell that she is watching over me. I can tell that she cares about me. I can tell she cares about her husband, her family. I can tell that she cares about her sister, her daughter, her son. I can tell that she cares about something. And I can tell she's still guiding us. I can tell a lot. Let's just say I can tell a lot. I'm not going to say that anymore. So it's going to come to a point where I have to understand that she may be a demon who loves us. Simply because, judging by her history, she did not go to heaven. So wherever she's at, she's still looking after us. She's still trying to understand us and care for us. And I'm sorry to say this to my mom, but I love you, but I know that you're not an angel. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is like a way you can switch your life around or whatever into another dimension and then become good. But that's not what her belief was. Her belief was if you do bad, if you sin, if you go crazy, if you do some crazy stuff, you will be going to hell. If it wasn't for the stuff that she taught me about heaven and hell, I wouldn't think that she'll be in hell. Besides that dream situation, but that's beside the point. I'm just rambling on. I just want to let you know there might be such thing as a good demon. So let's just not say that everybody went to heaven. Let's just keep loving the stuff that we love. Just keep loving the people that care for us, no matter where they're at. Because I'll tell you this, maybe if we cared for them on earth, like while they were here in the third dimension, maybe they wouldn't be dead now. Because sickness comes from stress. Diabetes can be cured if you were actually happy with yourself. Believe it or not, there's like a weird science to that. But the more stress you go through, the more cortisol is being released. The more cortisol is being released, the more you're going to want to crave certain stuff. Now you're going through addictions. Now you're going to smoking, drinking, eating a bunch of sugars, eating a bunch of fat, unnatural fat actually. You're going to go through all these cravings because you're starting to lose yourself. Now you have to satisfy your addictions instead of fulfilling your love. That's exactly what happened to my mom. She had too much addictions. But she loved us though. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling on. But that's it.